CHAS board present, the Chief Executive Officers of CHAS, Madam Karen Charles Chinga, Director from the Ministry of Health, cooperating partners present, CHAS General Council delegates, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and distinct privilege to introduce and welcome the guest of honor, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, at the 47th General Council of the Churches Association of Zambia, CHAS. Mr. President, I know that today is very exciting in that we see the churches unite so much, as they have told us, for the purposes of health. And to the churches, Mr. President, you have been very clear in your mind that health comes first. Despite the problems this country went through, COVID-19, the drought, the economy shrank. We picked it from nowhere, negative. But the budget for your country, you put it priority number one. Medicines, on average, were at 31%. But within less than 3 years, you have shot it to above 85%. The enemies are within ourselves. Young men and women working, stealing the same medicines. And we've been very strong about it, that those are criminals, those are killers. They don't deserve to live. They should be incarcerated. They are killing others by stealing. Today, person goes to UTH, we are boasting we're at 85%, but is told there is no medicine, there's a prescription going to buy. A poor person has got no money. Mr. President, it's not my time, but I'm saying I've summoned your provincial health directors to come and explain what is happening. We are boasting we have got food, but people are dying of hunger. Is there any sense? All those in charge of provinces should come and explain why is it like that? Where they want that medicine to go to? We've got it in abundance. President, you have bought enough medicines for every facility in this country. And churches. The President sent me not long ago, going to visit hospitals. Mukinge, Chitokoroki, and in Western Province. I'm going around the whole country. The President said, don't segregate the churches or missionary hospitals. Provide everything that it deserves, equipment. That's your President. Hakainde, Hichilema. Some of you people have looked at me, I'm a bit old. Yes, if I say I'm old, how about my mother? My mother is there. I'm a bit old. I've seen this country. The previous government compared to this government, President, have done very well. Excellent. If I were to mark, I would have given you a distinction in health. Yes, look at the ambulances. For the first time, buying all those ambulances. We're talking about Abuja declaration, almost 12%. But plus what goes on through CDF, we're above 15%. This government is admired. That's why people say, even in the Bible, your own relative will not accept you, no matter what you do. But others are admiring us. The economies are going down, but this economy is going up. Even if you hate him. But it's clear. It's being seen. This being is a fact. This country is no longer the same. It's only our attitude we should change. Clearly. And using the churches, help us to pray for those people who are thinking in the opposite. Yes, but they need prayers. People are saying there's no development. They are seeing medicines. They are seeing recruitment. For the first time, to recruit 18,000, 3 years. And we're allowing people just to say whatever they want. Let's pray to God to help them think positively. We have got the leadership that we needed in this country. Sir, not everyone will love you. They are sinners. Because they hate you for nothing, and yet you are doing things positively. God himself is saying, what God is providing through you is proper leadership. We are feeling it everywhere. Everywhere. I'm an MP, I've been there for a long time. I went to Kalabo with the Honorable Msokotari. There's an area where there's never been a motor vehicle. They have never seen a motor vehicle. But you sent me there. Go and see what is there. They need an ambulance, water, ambulance, Chirubi, and everywhere. He's providing all those. We are talking about the budget being increased for health. And I acknowledge you, Bishop, that we need to be prudent, accountable. We are enemies of ourselves. The President is providing everything, but we are enemies of ourselves. That's why I'm calling upon the churches, pray for us who are sinners, who are not seeing progress. Mr. President, the Minister of Health has enjoyed long-standing and productive partnership with CHAS. The collaboration cuts across all health systems, pillars and health services delivery, including capacity building of human resource for health, medicines and medical supply chains management, laboratory services, as we are seeing them there, and I was happy. I wish my colleague, you saw, the One Health issue. Fisheries, Minister of Fisheries, Livestock and Fisheries, and yourselves. Why can't we copy from here? I've been talking about it. We're already doing it One Health. We've got environment, animal, and human being. 3 things that affect our health. But our technocrats are failing to do what you are doing here, Charles. Mr. President, I'm inviting these people to come. They should start working together. We're together in Egypt. You showed me that these are working together. Why not in Zambia? From now on, we have to work together. Technocrats are difficult for nothing. They are fearing that somebody will grab his job. No, we have to start working together. It's already working here. Yes, as a minister, a subordinate of my president, subordinate of the people of Zambia, we have to show them that you must work. If you don't want to work, out. Mr. President, CHAS continues to be a strategic partner with a unique comparative advantage, particularly in reaching undeserved and remote communities where public health facilities are limited or non-existent. Mr. President, my Minister of Health and CHAS are the only 2 principal recipients of the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria in Zambia. CHAS in particular has demonstrated exceptional capacity and consistency, maintaining an unbroken record of collaboration with the Global Fund. Their stewardship of key national assets, such as CHAS Pharmaceutical Warehouse, is commendable and reflects their dedication to national service. The Ministry of Health recognizes CHAS for its capacity to attract continued investment from Global Fund in infrastructure and programs that serve the Zambian people. Mr. President, through this collaboration, we commissioned a biosafety level 3 containment of laboratory constructed at the cost of $520,000 with support from Global Fund in November 2024. This lab is situated right here, and we have been there to inspect and to see for yourself. This facility, Your Excellency, will play a critical role in the containment and management of highly infectious agents such as Ebola. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we appreciate your unwavering commitment to improving the quality of health service delivery in Zambia. Your approach is grounded not in rhetoric, but in tangible action. This has been evidenced by the unprecedented recruitment of health workers since the UPND assumed office in 2022. You have supported us in bringing to this country various high-level meetings, including the recent finished WHO 75 Regional Committee. You are a leader for not only Zambia, but for the continent and beyond. One minister somewhere says, can you tell the president, how is he doing it? Can you tell us our president? Sir, I'll mention it in confidence. I was surprised, just next to me. How is he managing? The president attended that meeting twice. The 47 country members that present, they were so shocked the commitment our president has got to the lives of Zambians, to all of us, and to his leadership. We commend you, sir. You're a true leader. Mr. President, during the meeting held in September, Lord Bishop Chinyemba and fellow church leaders met with you to raise the long-standing issue of the 254 classified employees whose salaries have been administered through government grants to CHAS. I'm pleased to report that, in line with your directive, all 254 employees will now be placed on the official government payroll. Mr. President, I don't want to exhaust what you're supposed to say. With these few remarks, it is now my singular honor to invite you, sir, the man I admire most. Come and address. Thank you, sir.
You may take your seats, please. Please do take your seats. Zikwa Mugambiri, thank you very much. Let me acknowledge the chairperson of the Church Health Association of Zambia, Bishop Chinyemba. Let me acknowledge the chairperson. Come through, Mushim, come through. Just come through. Come through, just come. Come through. Too much protocol. Let's focus on the work at hand. So, let me acknowledge the chairperson of CHAS Board of Trustees, Brother Justin Matepa. Thank you, sir. Minister of Health, other cabinet colleagues that are present here, church leaders that are present and ministers today, public sector workers, central government, local government, all of you are recognized, CHAS board members, their excellencies, ambassadors, high commissioners, credit to Zambia, the UN system here, of course, our cooperating partners that have been gracious to help us save the people's lives over years. Appreciate your contributions and the choices you made to use your taxpayers' money to support our health services delivery in our country. I also want to acknowledge the Chief Executive Officer of CHAS, Yamayo, Mrs. Karen Sichali Siching. Salifia Yamayo for your message earlier. Cooperating partners have already acknowledged you. CHAS General Council delegates that are here, distinguished guests, members of the press. Press is very important because they will disseminate what we're doing here today so the nation, Africa and the world can hear what we're doing today at this council meeting, which is very important for the health of our people, including the unborn ones that are dependent on us adults to take care of them before they are born and brought on this earth as children of God. It's very important. So thank you to press May I just continue by saying that this 47th Charles General Council is really, really special. Yes, to yourselves as Charles members, but also to myself. And I say so because I feel greatly honored to officiate, to officially open this 47th General Council of Charles. Presidents take it for granted that there will be guests of honor at such occasions. That is not true. The invitation, your invitation, is well appreciated. And I'm glad that I'm able to attend. Thank you very much for allowing me to do that. We want to thank all the 18 church organizations that agreed way back to work together to advance the cause of health in our country. Different denominations, we sing sometimes different songs, sometimes similar songs with minor variations here and there. Sometimes we say things against each other, yet we are one body of Christ. And this is an example of how working together will help God's people in the health sector. So thank you for this initiative, really, Charles, and constituting member organizations. And these come from all our 10 provinces, without exception. And it demonstrates our call for unity, and that the platform of unity will deliver services to our people. Anything short of unity will deliver different things. There's no question about that. Anything we do short of unity, platform of unity, will deliver a sandwich of different things, including negativities in there. I'm confident about that. We want to appreciate your commitment to healthcare, especially, as already been acknowledged, reaching out to the underserved areas, difficult to reach areas, where government must be, but it's not there. Charles is there. I think we need to thank Charles for that. That takes away elements of discriminative behavior, sometimes which happens unconsciously, unintentionally, but it happens. And that's why this partnership is great. And we must protect it dearly, all of us. The government, Charles partnership must be protected dearly. When we see signs of cracks, we must mend them quickly through the dialogue table. Church has a historic role. And I talked about the partnership with Charles. But this government believes that even before we come to the health services delivery space, this government sees the body of Christ, the church, as true partners, natural partners, God's gift of partnership, of understanding and tolerance in many spheres, even before we come to health services. But this reinforces our overall partnership between the government and the church. In the room there, small room, I was saying to these that sometimes I wonder why we have to talk to each other by grandstanding, by the presidents of government saying things about the church somewhere, or in writing or in statements. Why not call each other up and have a meeting, closed-door meeting, and then we'll deal with issues, such as the appreciation I have that Charles came to State House for a meeting led by Bishop Chinyemba, so we could discuss issues. And today you can hear one of the issues was classified daily employees hanging for years, delivering services, dedicated in the remotest areas, where sometimes trained doctors, professionals are unable to reach. But these classified daily employees are there 24/7. And the matter was raised. This president issued instructions that the issue must be resolved. And today the minister is announcing that the matter has been resolved. That's the value of dialogue. That is how we relate to each other, with each other, for the greater good of our people. So thank you very much, Charles, Bishop Chinyemba, and your team for visiting us. And we covered other things, and we did a checklist of actions that we require to address those issues. And we set up a small team, governmental side, Charles side, to deal with those issues in an organized way. This fellow likes to work in a methodical way. I know when we took public office, I pronounced that we'll run the country in a methodical way, in an organized way. My opponents, political opponents, were making jokes about this. But I'm sure the people of Zambia are seeing a systematic way of tackling problems, including the debt mountain, and indeed the hunger occasioned by the West drought and living memory. There's a way things can be done properly. And I think the way we are working with Charles now on those specific issues that came through in our meeting and others that may come through this council as you deliberate, we would like them filtered through to that platform which we have created of a live relationship, dialogue, listening to each other, looking for solutions. Those we can't solve now, we'll continue working on them. I think that's important. That's how a mature community must deal with itself. You've heard my choice of words. How a mature community must deal with itself. Because we're members of the same community. After all, we're elected by yourselves. I am speaking here God's will, courtesy of you, the people of Zambia, who placed me in this role, to serve. Not to do anything else, but to serve. That's the issue. So thank you for this partnership, this long history. Long before our independence, you heard the issue of Mwandi. And thank you, Madam, for the work you are doing. I'm very happy I'm here so we could place our eyes on each other's faces. So thank you very much. And in the room outside there, I was reminding Charles and my colleagues that today we can talk of this partnership, but comes way back before independence. In my home area, where I was born, because now Zambia is my home area, everywhere. If you talk of the Catholic Church, the Jesuits, 1905 is when they came into our village in Monza, our area, 1905. White missionaries recruited 4 or so young local boys, and with them, first they took them away into Zimbabwe, and we thought these white people stole our people at that time. But they took them for training, came back, and today you have the great Chikuni mission there. At that time, they were already providing health services, education, schools, teacher training then. And one of our best secondary schools in this country, St. Canisius, was born out of that mission, serving not just Catholics, but everybody. Thank you very much. Just a few kilometers away, 1905, those of you who are Adventists know that the Rusangu mission, just across the Magoye River, the other side is Chikuni Mission Catholics, the other side is Adventists, doing great work. Health services being provided there. Today we have a university on that side, teaching all. And thank you for Bishop Mususu. You attended one of those meetings. Interdenominational. And that's what Charles is all about. Bringing different church organizations together for common good. We in government are structured in ministries, departments, central government, local government, but we're actually supposed, it's just for convenience, for organizational reasons, but to deliver for the people with the church. I thought I should underscore this partnership early on in my message today, following in the footsteps of those who have spoken before me today. And I do appreciate the messages they've delivered. I'm only adding a few elements. So, let's continue going. Your 162 facilities, not our 162 facilities are serving humanity. Bring quality health care to our people. Government support. Let me say something about government support. I've talked about the history, but government support. Government deeply values CHAS as a trusted partner, past, present, and we know into the future. I know your council will be deliberating on how we can deepen our partnership. So we have continuity, sustainability, continuity. Your sacrifice and service, as I said earlier, and my colleagues said it, hard to reach areas, communities, is truly commendable. Your theme, our theme, if I may say something about that, is spot on. Responding to health needs amid global financial challenges, this is spot on. It's a topical issue. It's the elephant in the room now. But the issue is that challenges are there to be dealt with. Challenges should not weaken us, should not dampen our spirits, should not make us to moan and groan every day. God gave me a mind that works in a different way. Challenges on one side, flip the coin, opportunities on the other. Great opportunities. That's what I see. And I think that's the way we should look at this challenge. To increase, to awaken our minds about the importance of taking responsibility for the health of our people. Raising more resources. You've heard what we've done in the budget. That is how we are responding as government, to place more resources. When we have not grown the envelope, it means we have to squeeze extravagant expenditure, wasteful expenditure somewhere, and move those resources where they're needed most, such as in the health services delivery, in the partnership with CHAS. That's our response. But more importantly, it's not symbolism. It's a great opportunity for us to grow our economy. An economy God gives so much endowments beyond fairness. I think God he sort of looked aside when he was creating us. Gave us a lot of resources on the surface, soil, water, trees, nature. Then he gave things underground to us. Today we're knocking on the doors this year of achieving 1 million tons of copper. 1 million tons of copper on our journey toward 3 million tons, which this government has set up. That implies growth in the economy. And as we grow, we generate revenue. And those revenues, undoubtedly, a good portion of it, them must come into the health sector in our partnership with CHAS. That's our response. This is long overdue. I was speaking in London at the investors conference, and I said that, yes, the cut is abrupt. It was even legal because governments in those countries, institutions voted for this money, but it's just taken away. Yes, it's disruptive, but it's a great opportunity for us to do things differently but better. But more importantly, together. Collective capacities. I think that's the way we should see it. So, government fully supports and endorses this theme. Please carry it through in your deliberations. Reflect as you have conversations on the theme, and let's interpret, create actionable points, as your own government is doing. And I may say this point now. Their budget target of 15%, I believe as a country we've already reached that. Direct funding, yes, you can call it 13%. But ministers indicated the money coming through CDF, just the ambulance, if you look at that ambulance, it's close to $90,000. Well fitted, first time, every constituency has a mobile main hospital in that ambulance. It's allocated through local government, but actually it's for health. The issue of clinics, health centers, we are building under CDF. Its budget is allocated under under local government, but it's actually health. Isn't it? The water and sanitation sitting under his ministry, sitting under CDF, and huge investments we're making in all the 10 provinces of Zambia, 156 constituencies. Yes, they sit under water, under green economy, under local government, but they're actually for health. So let's count our eggs properly. I think it's a message we must tell, and we can pull that together. Since I'm talking about ambulances, this is the first time we have a security vehicle at a constituency. First time we have a CDF projects monitoring vehicle at a constituency. And then the ambulance, 3 of them. These are intertwined. We need to protect our medicines, protect our physical infrastructure, health at the constituencies. And I must say, everything sits in a constituency, isn't it? We're in a constituency here, Chongwe. This story to me, as I say to Zambians, I've said so for years, except Zambians were not listening to me in opposition days. Life is a jigsaw puzzle. Everything is connected. You can't fit a jigsaw puzzle without certain pieces being in place. So this is what it is. So let me talk about our MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, government and CHAS. We reaffirm our commitment to the MOU between CHAS and the Ministry of Health. We reaffirm this MOU. We are just beginning. I know it's been on for years, but where we sit, we are just beginning. We see a lot more opportunities that we have not incorporated in our MOU. I would like us to expand that MOU. I think that's another ask I'm making. As you deliberate in the Council, think of ways we can expand on this Memorandum of Understanding so that it includes more things that are logically connected but may have been left out. And we'll be happy to amend it. This partnership has elements of international best practices. Thank you, Madam. Siyabonga kakhulu. I listened to you very carefully. I'm a perpetual student myself. I was listening very carefully. The examples you are giving of different countries, the lessons we draw out of each experience in country A, country B. Yes, those elements must come to board, because we're not an island, we're a global village, members of the global village. And that's why I'm encouraging our partners, cooperating partners, that following 1945, the creation of the UN, the essence of the UN was to bring order in the world. Not in Europe, in America, in Japan, Asia, but in the whole world, to bring order, to share experiences, to keep our world peaceful, peace, security, stability, but also to cooperate with each other. And my message to you, my colleagues in the rich north, do not decouple yourselves from Africa. Don't extract yourself from this continent. Because this continent has aspirations to move on. And when we move on, you will say, no, we're working against you in favor of another country. No, don't decouple yourselves. We respect the decisions you make. We are bonded by history and by God as human beings. We're the only creatures of God that communicate to each other in a complex way. Languages, education. So if you're pulling yourselves away from us, nature does not allow a vacuum. We have to move on. So we encourage you to stay working with us. Keep the dialogue. Let's restructure our relationships. But let's not decouple. Let's not exercise. Let's pull away from each other. I know my colleagues know what I'm talking about. I know they know. So, this partnership is homegrown with lessons of international expertise, experiences. That's the way it should be. But we are confident that we will be in a better position a few years from now in this partnership, in the expanded MOU. Let's think outside the box. Let's be ingenious, because the people expect us to be so, to better their health service delivery. Last mile. You've been talking about last mile, all of you. Total agree. But unity of the church is also important. 18 different church organizations. You've demonstrated unity of purpose. Continue doing that. As you deliberate in the council, continue working on spaces where there are gray areas in your own arrangements as the 18 church organizations. To deepen your unity, expand it, deepen it, because we see its value. When you unite the way you have through CHAS, we've seen the value. We would like more, to extract more value from that relationship. Let me touch on domestic resource mobilization in a way I did think about it already. We're working to strengthen accountability. I'm talking of resource mobilization, but also on elements of governance. What has been happening in this space, one which receives a lot more money. Just imagine a country like ours where the budget is $10 billion and over $1 billion goes only in health. $1 billion. In a budget of $10 billion, over $1 billion of it goes in one sector called health. We're walking the talk. But we want to do more. I want to assure you that this government is desirous of doing more. Indicate to us in your council meeting areas you think we can do more in resource mobilization, with or without the issues of decoupling. I think this is necessary. In our budgeting process, we like to hear. The budget has just been tabled as draft. But it is possible to make adjustments and amendments. So we want to hear after your council, are there areas you think we can adjust the 2026 budget? Because it's going through Parliament, and there's still time to do that. We ourselves are doing it. I think that's practical, isn't it? That's what I call real-time, interactions. So we will continue doing that. But the behavior of taking away medicines, drugs from the system, even by those who have trusted, Minister of Health, staff, Even a doctor who knows that if this medicine drug is not there and the patient needs it, the patient may not survive for 24 hours, and you take it away from the system. I want to say to you, we're working on buttoning up those, including the digital processes. And thank you for the warehouse setup, nice facilities that I see under Charles here, the laboratories here, the One Health approach. I'm an inquisitive guy. You saw me asking questions as we walked around, because fills in the gaps in my brain. That we must protect dearly. Reagents in that lab should not disappear. Because if the reagents are not there, then you cannot do the testing. Where is Abanda, the one who was running us through? You were taking me through there. I think it's you or one of your colleagues. That you turn around tests in 3 days. Now, the samples come in the lab, the capacity skills are there, but the reagent has disappeared from the storeroom. Will you be able to turn around that test in 3 days? And that test is about the life of somebody. It's a sample from a living thing. Animal, if it's from that side, or human being. It is not a dummy sample. Now, if the reagent, when you want to test, is gone, because somebody has pilfered it, then we will not have the results, which will lead to the doctors prescribing the right drug. But someone has taken it. How should we view that individual? With puppy eyes, with anger. Your government is now moving any theft of health-related drugs, medicines, equipment. We are reclassifying, changing the law. We are taking it to be economic crimes. No more an ordinary crime, but economic crimes. It will be heard through the Economic and Financial Crimes Court. And there, cases are heard within 5 months. Also, there will be no bail. And when you are convicted, colleagues, we will also come for the house which we believe you bailed through stealing medicines. It's not a joke. Why do you want to take a risk like that? I know you think those stories affect only certain people. They are coming in the health sector. And they are not targeted at anybody. Zambians like this story of when they've offended the law, they want to bring ethnicity into it. There's no ethnicity there. You've stolen the reagent. You've stolen the HIV drugs. You've stolen the syringes that we should use to administer the drug. Have you seen a syringe written Tonga, Bemba, Lozi, Namwanga, Mambwe? Have you seen any syringe in a hospital written like that? So why would you bring ethnicity as a nation? Icona, man. Icona. I'm not joking. I'm serious. This thing humiliates all of us. It demonizes all of us. So my call is that let's work together. Government CHAS, let's ensure that we have a monitoring system, the flow of drugs, moving the drugs from procurement, procuring drugs which are not about to expire. It must be really a mundane thing. It doesn't require someone with a stick. It requires the tender, the purchasing people to know that you don't bring drugs that are about to expire, because they will not deliver the intended benefit. And the storage must be right. I was going through your warehouse there. There must be a particular temperature, Abanda. That's what you were telling me there. Your colleague was telling me. So if the temperature increases there, it basically takes away the efficacy of some of the drugs. And that too is not good. So which also means that we need to work on the electricity supply. Facilities like these must have a standby solar, maybe battery all the time. So let's make investment. These are the kind of adjustments in the budget we'll be happy to entertain, so that our facilities have 24-hour energy. Am I talking to somebody here? We're practical servants of yours. For me, I tell my cabinet, I'm not an absentee president. I'm hovering around. I'm available. And we know Charles is available. Let's get the benefits of the Christian morals. Inject that Christian morals, responsibility, honesty into our partnership. Let's inject that. So, the human resource side has been talked about. We've recruited staff like never before. Maybe the only one who may have recruited staff like that was our first president, KK. I think that's a fact. Never before. Because we recognize that if you have the drugs, you have no specialist to administer the drugs. It's as good as having no, it's actually it's as bad as having no drugs, isn't it? So the recruitment process will continue. Charge council members. But let's also drill inside that. Let's look at specific skill sets that may be missing in our mission hospitals. Yeah. Not just 18,000. What does Mwandi needs? What is missing? What does Mwami need? What is missing at Mwami Hospital? What is missing at St. Francis? I think those are the conversations that we'd like you to have and give us feedback. Then we can look at not just numbers. I know we're already doing it. Specialists. But the feedback must come from the institutions, our institutions, the 162 or whatever. That way we are serious partners and we're not superficial. We're diving deeper into our partnership. As we've dealt with classified daily employees, let's deal with the skill sets that are required in our institutions. So we can deliver for the people of Zambia, God's people. Bantu ba Mulungu. So, that's my call. I know you have your agenda in the council, but I would like you to take note of these issues and help provide answers. It may not be today, but at least in your council deliberation you can say, this item will give it attention and will come back to our partners' government in a week or so. I'm notorious when I took public office to set targets. We're the only government setting targets, delivery targets. I know you have not paid attention to that. 3 million tons of copper, 10 million tons of maize, 1 million tons of wheat, 1 million tons of soybeans, $1 billion worth of beef by 2031. These targets allow us to work in an organized way and do the reviews. So please, if you can't answer these questions today, at least itemize them. And you have your structures that allows. Chief Executive is there, and the board is there. Let's do that. So, health infrastructure must be a continuous investment area. CDF again, the President directs certain aspects of how CDF should be used. MPs were complaining, even these, they're complaining, why is the President directing us how to use the CDF? I said, no, in the CDF there must be certain minimum requirements, education, infrastructure, facilities, classroom space with free education, 2.3 million kids have come back to school. They need more classroom space, so we direct. They need desks, so we direct. They need water, so we direct. In fact, I didn't talk about the Abuja target of another ministry's energy, where some of the health institutions are receiving solar now. but the budget is sitting under energy. So we dictate that as well. And with schools built now, health centers built now, my beloved maternity wings. I was born in a village, not a maternity ward. I'm now head of state. Why should my sisters, my aunties, my cousins deliver their babies, our babies, in the manner I was delivered myself? For me, it's personal that those to be born now must be born in proper places, not where and how I was born. I believe in some of this. Then we can claim that we've made a change for the better. Tevyo, ebumuyo. So, those aspects we direct from the center, because otherwise you won't have the minimums that you require. So, but the intention is that it's certain elements only. So, there we go. Now I was talking about investing in the health services infrastructure. It's a big ticket. It's not a small ticket, it's a big ticket. It's not an overnight issue, it's not one occasion, it's a process. But to walk through that process, we need to be clear. Where are we now? I think the database must be clear. Where are we now on the health infrastructure and auxiliary facilities? What is the demand, needs of the people? Then we can push resources. Government, your money. Government money is your money. Charles, don't feel guilty. It's your money. We're only your managers and generators because you've given us those offices. But then, over time, how should we invest? I think we are not yet structured properly there. We're not yet intentional there. So I would like Charles to also consider in your deliberations with us in our partnership. Where are we now? Where should we be? By geography? Distances? By population? I think let's dive deeper in our relationship, isn't it? Let's move faster than the missionaries in Chikuni, Rusango, Mwandi, because we have the tools now. We have technology to do that. So that's my call. But I stay with the investment in health. Health is priority for us, like education. So I invite family, individuals. That's my call. Individuals, families, businesses, including our growing mining sector. I invite us outside of government and CHARS to place more resources to be invested in the health infrastructure and auxiliary services. That's my call. And I would like CHARS to consider putting a little element in there, and the government, so we work together. I was asking Bishop Chinyemba here, we as the HH family are investing in a hospital facility in a place called Mulangu Village in Mabumbu area of Mongo. And there's a history to it. Don't ask me to go into that. We took a decision to invest in a hospital infrastructure. And I was saying to Bishop, I'll be coming to officiate. I think I'm done now as a family. First-class facility, and we'll be handing it over to the government. I believe it will be available to this partner. So I challenge others, Zambians who are privileged a little bit. I'm a believer if you have a little bit more than others, it's God's decision. So let's give back to the community. So we can add what CHARS is doing, what government is doing, what everyone else is doing. We, the private citizens, should also do that. If you can run it, run it. For us, we have no capacity to run it. We will hand over the facility to the government. So that's my invitation. I want to really say you have heard my story of the maternity care, personal, CDF, local government, that's your money. Let's use CDF. Charles will give us a list of CDF applications coming through from member organizations that have stalled. We'll pick them up as our action point and walk them through local government so that we can improve the chances of those CHARS applications through the CDF instrument to be approved so that the benefits can come to community. That's practical, isn't it? By the way, you know that CDF now, 2026, will be 40 million kwacha per constituency per year. When we push this aspect, our competitor was saying, no, it's a hoax. CDF is a hoax. When I presented Open Parliament about a month ago, I talked about CDF with UPND MPs, opposition MPs. After I articulated what CDF has done, I asked the question that, is there one amongst us here who has not seen benefits from CDF in their constituency? I said, I'm not looking for two. I'm looking for only one. And the MPs looked at each other, and as you know, they shout there like kindergarten guys. It's a healthy behavior they have in the house. So there was nobody. So I singled out one of my greatest critics, an opposition MP. I said, Honorable X, is there no benefits we've seen out of CDF in your constituency? And he stood up and said, Mr. President, Ingisana, Egovidi. And we had a good laugh in the house. We are human beings. We are normal people, isn't it? So, church church, please utilize CDF. If the applications are not done properly, we will work with you to improve them. Again, another ticket item to add to 15%. May I also just indicate that we've done very well. We're talking about medicines availability, 30s, 40%. Now we've taken to 85%. Why are citizens still receiving prescriptions? Why? Let's address that issue. There's no point having availability of 85%, but citizens are not accessing the drugs. Let's checklist that, Minister. Let's checklist that. We should not invite criticism when we can avoid it. I think that's the message. We can avoid it, isn't it? Medicines are expensive. They are bought at a high cost. They must be available to people. That's the issue. So, Charles, we need your systems to come to play. I think harmonization of ZAMSA, Charles systems. The audit took place. The president instigated the audit, forensic audit. I wasn't told by anyone, contrary to what you hear. It is this president and government that instigated the audit so it could give us an audit trail. And now prosecutions are going on. One of the weaknesses really is the management, the flow, the processes. Could we help each other, Charles? If you have good suggestions, we would like to get your suggestions. Yeah? Yeah. Let's do it together. I think we've covered, my colleagues covered a lot of things. I've covered things. In conclusion, health and the well-being of our people remain central to the development agenda. Without a health population, forget economic development. Just forget it. Absenteeism, low levels of productivity, it's unquestionable. So this is an important ingredient to our development agenda. This government was elected on the agenda of economic development, reforms to create jobs, business opportunities, treasury income to support the sick, this conversation, the weak, the old, the differently abled, the retired, paying retirement benefits, but also infrastructure, health, roads. Bishop Chinyamba, I saw you smiling at the officiation of the Katunda, Lukulu, our beloved Lukulu, Watopa, a place I would spend nights in my opposition because the pontoon was not available to me to cross to Mutanda. And I said one of the nights that when God favors us with public office, we'll put a bridge here, we'll put a tar road, Mutanda, Watopa, Lukulu, Katunda. There it is now. There it is now. So is my beloved Chadiza Chipata Road. So is the money we've squeezed out of wastage into the 2026 budget to do the Chipata Lundazi Road. So, yes, rich is a problem. But with roads improvement slowly, not one shot, but a process will be there. I'm confident we'll be there. We can even be there faster as we grow the economy faster. That's a connection. So, health is important. It's our priority. So Charles, government, our Siamese kind of relationship, let it grow deeper. Let it grow deeper. Dialogue should anchor our partnership. Dialogue, church, government, Charles, government, central government, local government, private institutions, families like us doing what we're doing. Dialogue. Sometimes we don't know where the need is. Even if we're able to help, we need to know where the need is. And that will come through dialogue, mature dialogue. Not picketing at each other. No. Unfortunately, that's not my culture of doing things. I would like to talk to people. In the mining sector, not to digress, we found a mining sector where there was litigation upon litigation. And I said to the Minister of Mines, send a message to mining companies that we don't do business in court. Let's come out of court and do business in the boardroom, then on the mine sites. There you are today. Mines that were shut for 47 years, Kalengwa is back. Shut 28, 23 years out of commission is back. It's an attitude we bring. And that's the attitude that really expresses the maturity of our society. Not conflict, shouting, threatening memos to each other. Icona. May God really, as we officially use our privilege to declare the 47th Charles General Council officially open, may God bless your deliberations and through you our deliberations. God heal our nation. God save our country. Moyo wangu omu ulijindijelele uotundi munyonene May God bless Zambia. Thank you.
Thank you. I think the Chaz Choir wants to finish off a certain song which was started. I'll hand over to the Chaz Choir because they look inspired by what has just happened, and they want to finish off that song. Chaz Choir, if we can do very quickly, over to you. Another round of applause. I want to suggest that that wasn't the Chaz Choir because it was joined by the president. So obviously the name changes. To the best of my knowledge, when the president is not in the National Assembly, it's called the National Assembly. So when he joins, then it becomes Parliament. So we will have to look for a special name which symbolizes that union. Thank you very much, Chaz Choir and the President. So we will now go to the next part of our program, which is awards presentation. And for those of you who are wondering, we have got some things there. And to give a background to why we have awards presentation during the Chaz General Council, the Chaz CEO, Mrs. Sichinga, is going to come forth and give us a brief background. Afterwards, we are going to have the high table, the way it is. They are going to come and we shall be calling different people to come and receive their awards. At this point, I hand over to Mrs. Sichinga, the Chaz CEO, to come and give a background to the awards. A big hand.
Mr. President, good afternoon once again. We implement different programs and working within the Ministry of Health strategic framework. For example, we have HIV and AIDS, malaria, tuberculosis, and so on and so forth. And so we have facilities that are implementing with us. Our role is to mobilize funding and make them run with the fund in terms. So we have different categories. Institutions that have done very well, for example, in the ART program, institutions that have done very well in TB, and so on and so forth. But over and above that, we also have, we do give awards to provincial directors of health under the Ministry of Health, who have been extremely supportive to the work of mission hospitals, who coordinate very well, who perhaps recognize that the missions are doing government's work, therefore they support them. So we have 3 of those of your director, provincial director for health, and we have also a district director for health. We also have our church leaders that play a very high-level advocacy role. The way we are organized in CHAS is that the church leaders, headed by Bishop Chinyemba, is our highest level of advocacy. And so when we have concerns and issues that need to be brought forward to Mr. President, they are the ones that must meet with you. Then we have the chairperson of the board, who, when we have an issue, he has to meet our Minister for Health. Then when we have technical issues, I have to meet my colleagues, the permanent secretaries. So this is the way we have been organized in terms of communication and the advocacy for health that we play. So in the House, we have those different categories that will be presented today.
So I need guidance from state protocol because the awards will be given out as people come. The high table will be here. They are the ones giving out the awards. Yes, so His Excellency Mr. President and the high table, please come in front. As the high table is coming down, join me in saying deeper. Deeper. The President says he wants a deeper relationship between CHAS and government. Oh. Okay. So we are going to be... Oh, Ma'am, you are there? Yes. So what is going to happen is that when your name is called out and the institution, when you come forward, you greet the CEO, the board chair, and the bishop, and the president will acknowledge you, and then you'll be given the award. So we start, first and foremost, the first order of awards this afternoon is for high-level advocacy, and unfortunately, some of the people at the high table, the first award is presented to the Right Reverend Bishop Evans C. Chinyemba. He didn't know. He is ambushed. You get it from him, from the bishop. The next high-level advocacy award goes to Bishop Dr. Joshua Banda. The next award for high-level advocacy goes to Sister Grace Funda Funda. A big hand. we shift gears into the next category. The next category, as mentioned by the CHAS CEO, is for provincial health directors. And the first award is for the provincial health director, Copperbelt Province, Dr. Charles Mwinuna. If he's not here, someone from Ministry of Health will get it from him. Everyone is pointing to the PS. As his direct boss, he's getting it for the provincial health director, Copperbelt Province. The next award goes to the Provincial Health Director, Western Province, Dr. Njekwa Simutumwa. Dr. Njekwa Simutumwa. Oh, yes, yes. So we have the PS admin collecting on behalf of Western Province PhD. The next award is for the Provincial Health Director, Southern Province, Dr. Kelistas Kayum. And the award is collected on his behalf by a representative from Southern Province. Hello Ngandine, ningna mashabati yenze yanga award. We go now to the most supportive DHO, DHD, and this is Dr. Catherine Kalumba from the district of Mumbwa. I actually went to school in Mumbwa. Those days you used to call us Mumbwa Mumbwa. We still hold a grudge. So it will be collected on her behalf. Oh, okay. This is the, okay. She's collecting on her own behalf. So this brings to an end the awards for the district directors and provincial. As was indicated, these are the ones who go and counsel us, correct us, guide us, but everyone does that, but there's just some who go that extra mile. So this is not to say the others don't do this. Yes. So the next award category is in recognition of outstanding performance in HIV testing services. And this award is presented to St. Teresa Mission Hospital. As you know, as a country, we have got a target to reach in terms of HIV testing in order for us to really gear up towards HIV elimination. It's Ibenga, yes. The next award is in recognition of outstanding performance in TB prevention and care. And this goes all the way to Northwestern Province with Chavuma Mission Hospital. To get to Chavuma, you really need transport money. It's not a small journey. So a big hand, let us encourage them. So this is the administrator for Chavuma Mission Hospital. The next award is in recognition of outstanding performance in the elimination of mother-to-child transmission of HIV/AIDS, and this one is presented to Mutendere Mission Hospital. Mutendere Mission Hospital? As Mutendere Mission Hospital is coming, the next award is for the outstanding performance in ART, and this goes to St. Paul's Mission Hospital in Kashkish, Mchelenge. These are the people who came without fish, eh? As you know, Mchelenge is very far, so the sister is taking some time to reach the podium. That is Sister Bridget. She's the administrator for St. Paul's Kashkish. The next award is in recognition of outstanding performance in laboratory services, the lab. So for laboratory services, the award goes to St. Francis Mission Hospital, Eastern Power. And the facility is represented by the Senior Medical Superintendent from St. Francis, Dr. Lalik Banda, who is also a board member. The next award is in recognition of outstanding performance related to our theme, actually, income generating activities. And this award goes to, we have to wait until he has finished with the president? Yes. This award goes to Mpunde Rural Health Center in Kabwe. Kabwe. But it's under Kapiri, actually. But you have to go through Kabwe and past Mukobeko and then, yes. The next award is in recognition of improved performance in pharmaceutical and health products management. This is a key issue. It was contained in the president's speech. If you paid attention, everyone who spoke about how we need to take care of our drugs and medical supplies. So for this award, it goes to Namyanga Mission Hospital in Southern Province. As Namyanga Mission Hospital is getting the award, we are